Alright, so in this video, I'm gonna be going over the question you should be asking yourself before you ever decide to take a trade. Um, so right here, I have a few questions that you can ask yourself. Um, so you should always be asking yourself: is there any major news today? What is the overall trend? Am I at a premium or discounted level? Is there any liquidity nearby? Did I get a breaker structure or change of character if using my strategy, my style of trading? Is my risk worth the reward? So maybe you looking to take a trade and it's a good quality trade, but it's a 1-to-1, a 1-to-2. Well, if you trade my model is a three to one risk to reward system. So if it's not giving you that 3-to-1, then it's not really worth the risk. Why? Because if we was to take 10 trades and lose seven, all we need is a 30% win rate to still be profitable by the end of the week or the month. If you have a 1-to-1 or 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio, then by the end of the week, by the end of the month, you might not be profitable, depending on if you take more losses than you took wins. But we can take more losses than we take wins if we have a 3-to-1 um, risk to reward ratio. So that's very huge, especially in our system. That's why we don't too much care about losses, or we don't let it get to us because of that right there. Um, so these are the questions I ask myself every day before I take a trade. If the answer is no to just even one of those, I wait. Um, if I see a trade and it leave me, I'm not trying to force it or guess or hope or do anything. I'm just like, okay, well, I missed that one. Let me just wait. Wait for another setup to come. It's always gonna be another trade. It's always gonna be another opportunity. So as y'all see, the goal here is not to trade every day. Not to trade every single pair or every single what's the name? It's just to basically wait for the trade that fits your system, fit your plan. Once you see it, take it. You shouldn't be asking yourself any question. You should be hesitant. If you see your trade that fits your model, you should just automatic pull the trigger. Um, so I'm also gonna be going over all of these things and also this as well. So I'm gonna show y'all the step by step things that I would do Monday through Friday, looking at the NQ and the gold pair. So the first thing the first thing I would do is come over here, start on the higher time frame, see what's going on. So my first thing will always be fundamental analysis. So we go back here. My first thing is fundamental analysis. So I need to make sure and see if we have any news. So Monday, as you can see, we had news around 9 o'clock. So just because it's a red folder, orange folder, that's another thing. Doesn't mean you should be scared or worried. And the reason why is because what kind of news is it? And two, is it around your trading time? If it's not around your trading time, then there's no reason for you to even be worried about it. And two, that news might not even do nothing to the market. So that's just something to keep in mind. So, like for example, I know I'm skipping ahead, but for example, our trading time is 6:30 to 9 o'clock, or 7 to 9 o'clock. So right here on that Friday, this would have affected us. So that would be something we would need to keep in mind. But if we trade in Monday, 6 to 9, as you see, our trading time would stop at 9. So this would not affect us. So that means we would just basically be going strictly off market structure. This day right here, we will have to keep in mind, like, okay, um, just keep in mind that the market could move a little crazy or a little funny because we do have news coming in a few seconds or a few minutes or around our trading time. So right here, as like I said, Monday we don't have any news, so basically nothing to worry about. So I would just basically go off market structure. So I would come back over here to my NQ pair, and I would basically do my top down analysis. So some people will only focus right here. Me personally, I like to focus on how did we get here. It is an extra little stealth, but that's just me personally. So, for example, why did we come all the way here and make this big push up? Okay, so in order to get right, you got to first look left. So if you go straight to the left, we had this demand zone. So this would be my demand zone. And then right here, as y'all can see, Let me go to a smaller time frame if I won't confuse anybody. We had a change of character. So the market was going in a major downtrend. And then we had the change. They started putting in higher highs, higher low, higher high, higher low. And so as y'all can see, the market is clearly going up. So now with that being said, it should be no reason nobody should be looking for sales. Even with this being right here, a lot of people would be looking for sales. Yes, you could have made money off this, but this is really not like an A+ setup. This would, yes, you can make money, but like I said, me personally, a better trade would basically be trading with the trend. So you can basically make this small little profit, or you can get in like right here while trading with the trend. So as y'all can see, this is the difference. So this would have been a quantity trade. So you could have took that right there. And then let's say you would have took this one. And then we can move this here. Let's say you would have took this one. And then you would have held this all the way up here. So as y'all can see, this would give you a 1 to 3. This would have gave you a 1 to 5. Or let's say you even held it down a little bit more. That would have gave you a 1 to 4. But look how much you could have got on this upside. So this would be a quality trade. So this is quantity. This is quality. So remember, we always looking for quality over quantity. So just because it's an okay trade or a cool trade doesn't mean it's always worth taking. So that go back to the questions, one of the questions you should be asking yourself, is it worth the risk? Yes, like I said, you could have made money, but it's not really worth the risk. The best thing would be just wait patiently on the pullback, get in and trade with the trend because you have a higher chance of the trade going your way if you just patiently wait and trade with the trend. Okay. So now that we have all of that right here, this is me doing my top down analysis, understanding how we got here and where we trying to go. So now looking at the market structure, we have this low that putting this high putting this low. So I personally would know, okay, this high need to get taken out. So we came all the way down here, we swept liquidity. So I'll be looking for this high to get taken out right here. So all of this is internal structure, internal. So this low putting this high putting this low need to go get taken out. So now with that being said, this would be my TP. This is what I would be looking for the market to come to. That would be one area. Then also we have this area here. This could be an area. And then also this was your last up move for this major down move. So we know that need to get taken out for sure. So now that's me doing my top down analysis. And then right here, this would be an order block. So this was my last down move for this major up move. So this would be my order block here. And then I would just work my way down. Because all we doing right now is just looking for our entry model. We already got our time right here. We already have our TPs that we'll be aiming for. So I would just be working my way down. So that's how I would do my top down analysis. So now I will only be focusing here. So this is my trading range. So it will be from this low to this high. So I'll be waiting for the market to pull back here to go higher. So why is this my trading range? Because this is the demand zone we found on the higher time frame. And also this is around our trading time. So from this low to this high, this will be my trading range. And this is also a break of structure. So the market gave us a break of structure, letting us know that they want to continue going up. So now we'll just be waiting for the market to come back to a discounted price to go higher. So now we wait on our, okay. So we already did fundamental and technical analysis. We already checked the news. We already determined our trend. We clearly see we're going in a major uptrend. We already found our POI. So we get our POI from a supply zone or demand zone that haven't been mitigated. Since we're in the uptrend, we're looking for a demand zone. So right here, as you can see, this market had this high that put in this low put in this major move. So the market would need to come back and retest in order to go higher. So now we'll wait for the market to hit our POI and give us our entry model. So now we have this high that putting this low putting this high putting this low putting this high putting this low putting this high. That will be our change of character. Wait for the pullback. And now we got our confirmation. So now final entry will be a demand zone that have not been mitigated. So right here, once we got our confirmation right here, this will be our change of character. Oh, I will get my entry off this demand zone here. And my entry would go in this box. So my entry will go at the top of the box. My stop loss will go at the bottom of the box. My TP will go to our areas we have marked up for TP, where we could basically see the market coming to. So that would be TP1, TP2, TP3. And as you can see, all TPs would have got hit. So our first TP would have been our 3-to-1, and then this one would have gave us a 5, and then the last one would have gave us a 7. So that would have been a quality trade. So everything lined up. We were trading with the trend. We waited for the pullback. We waited for our confirmation, and we held to liquidity areas. So this would have been a textbook A+ setup. Okay, so now we have gold here. We're gonna look at gold and do our top-down analysis on gold. So coming in Monday, like I said, the same thing. We didn't have news till after our trading time. So fundamentals, we can clearly see the market is overall consolidating, and then it's overall going in a uptrend as well. So even though it's consolidating, it's kind of going overall in an uptrend. The reason why, so right here we had this low that put in this high. So we had a breaker structure, change of character. We had this right here. So to me personally, this would be a breaker structure, change of character. This would be a retest. And then right here we had another breaker structure, change of character. And so right here, this would be another retest. So this is clearly showing me, even though I'm in a consolidation, I do want to eventually break out of this consolidation and go higher. So this would have been a retest to go higher. So now that I got that, and you can also most likely find this from a higher time frame. Like, why did we come here? So if I just go straight over, have a zone here. You can go to any time frame that makes sense to you. So for example, this could be another one if you want to do like this whole zone. If you go to a smaller time frame, you have like another zone over here. So you got multiple zones you can go look at. I'm not gonna get too deep in that. Basically, that was a good level. It respected. It hit that level and it couldn't break it. It just kept hitting it, respected it, and then it was going up. So that's kind of all you really just need to know. Don't too much overthink it or overdo it. So now since we know we're in a major uptrend, I would just work my way down and look for area the market can possibly come to go higher. So right here, the market came back, filled this gap. So it respected this imbalance. So that would be my area right there. Okay, and I just work my way down, work my way down. So looking at this, we are in consolidation at this moment right here. So let's just see, keep working our way down, keep working our way down. Okay. So before we go down to the lower time frame, we do have this zone right here that I did see. We do have a supply zone right here. So we do have a supply zone. We do have this up move before this major down move, and then the market coming back to retest that to go possibly lower. And so since it's going lower, I'll be looking for the market to take out this low right here. So that would be my TP right there. Overall, I know we're going in a major uptrend. And we also consolidating. So with it being in consolidation, you don't want to hold it too low or try to go too crazy because you just don't know what the market gonna do. But looking at all of this right here, even though we're in consolidation, we're still respecting this sell. And so if you go down, you go down, you go down, this is what the market was giving us and showing us. So it respected lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And so as y'all can see, it's respecting all the areas. So now since it's doing all that, I'll be looking for it to go take this out. Okay. So now that will be my top down analysis. So top down analysis is showing a sell. Our POI would be this candle right here. So it would be this candle right here. This was your last up move before this major down move right here. So now we'll wait for the market to come down and give us a breaker structure change of character. So right here, this go back to asking yourself the questions. Is it at a discounted level? Would this be a trade, worth taking and things like that? So looking at this, it's not at the highest level, it's not at the lowest level. So we in the middle. So this would be a trade I would not take yet until we come back up here or we come down here. Then I can look for buys, or we come here first, then I would look for sales. But right now we would just be here. So we trade at like 6:30. So right here, this is where we will be coming in at, or 7, depending on what time you get on the call. So right here, like I said, consolidation, we would have waited. I think we actually took this trade as well. Okay, I'm gonna move this out the way real quick. So right here, as y'all can see, we have liquidity being swept. So liquidity being swept. So we have a breaker structure to the upside, and then we have a change of character to the downside. Wait for the market to pull back here, and then this could be our TP1, and then the TP2 would be down here. So our entry would go off this zone right here. So you can either put it here or here, depending on what time frame we on, depending on where I put my things at, and also depending on what pair I'm trading. So my entry would go here at the bottom of the box since we're looking for a sale, and then my stop loss would go at the top of the box. And then remember, my TP1 would be at this first low. That will give me my 3-to-1. And then you can hold it all the way down here. This would be my TP2. And like I said, I think we actually took this trade if I'm not mistaken. So this was actually a textbook. So now it go back to asking yourself them questions. Is it in the trend? What trend is the market in? Is it worth my risk? Did I check the news? Where's liquidity resting? Does this fit my system, my trading plan? This is just would have been one of those textbook setups. Like I said, breaker structure, change your character, wait for the market to pull back, and boom, TP1, TP2.